understand. Please come again.
Like
you
the
know,
people I know that knows
that he dated.
Yes, that was bleeding too. She died. You know, they all came to me. The other one is a musician. She's late now. I want to face him in court if we are going to go so that.
What's up, my people? How na day waiting they happen waiting they sup. We don't bring another one come for you guys again. So we have Halima Abubakar versus Apostle Suleman in the news. So Halima Abubakar went live on Just Lover's page on Instagram recently, during their live session. She narrated everything that happened between herself and Apostle Suleman. During this live session, Halima Abubakar, didn't hide anything, didn't hold back, just said it how it is. That's according to what she said. So, remember before now, Halima Abubakar and Apostle Suleman don't they get issues. They've been serious tussle, going on between them. Low key, Apostle Suleman has been uncomfortable with the whole thing, and he's released few tweets, but the attack has been on Gist Lover. But this time, Apostle Suleman, after Halima Abubakar went live, he was like, I can't take this anymore. This is becoming too much. Halima Abubakar, I'm gonna sue you. And he did. For 1 billion naira. The court case, according to reports, is going to come on the 5th of March 2023. So this time Apostle Suleman is taking it more serious than before. Before it felt like, okay, Gist Lover probably manipulating Halima Abubakar, and whatever he said, whatever Halima Abubakar is feeding us, or whatever news that we're getting from Gist Lover is fake. And Gist Lover is being paid by politicians who's after him. And I mean, this is what Apostle Suleman always says, that like politicians, there are big politicians after him because they know that he says the truth about them on social media, and so they don't like him. So guys, we are going to watch this video because immediately this video dropped, not too long, after they went live, after the live session, that's the right words. After the live session, Apostle Suleman say, okay, I'm going to sue this lady. Now, in that video, let me quickly say this. Like I said, we're going to watch the video, just a snippet, of the live session. If you check that video well, you see Halima Abubakar, that lady seriously, obviously sick. And she said that is as a result of, her sleeping with Apostle Suleman. That's what she said. And that they don't go herbalist place, you know what I'm trying to say, traditionalist place, and they've taken her everywhere, to church, mosque, and everything. They told her that the person with the behind this thing, the person who you sleep with, who is Apostle Suleman. Apostle Suleman don't take this lightly. He say, no, this woman must go to jail because it's tarnishing my image, and whatever news is feeding these guys is wrong, is false. So he not even released tweet this time. He just say, meet me in court on the 25th of March. Guys, let us watch this video.
I said, did he check on you at all when you were sick?
Oh, no. Oh, he doesn't do that. I don't think he's allowed to do that.
You mentioned something now. You said was to go and die. I didn't get that.
Oh, that's what he told me. He never asked of me. Even throughout this period, even the other, during my... during this whole issue,
okay,
you think somebody will get in touch to say, okay, how do we? When the story came initially, I quickly, sent it to him. What do I say? Said that
okay. That's what he said.
I was still trying to protect him even then, because when Gist Lover sent me the DM, I sent it to him. You understand? So, and he said I should go and die. So I replied to Gist Lover. Because there was no point.
When you were sick, did AGN come to visit you at all? Anybody from AGN?
No, not the first time, not the second time. No,
they didn't come at all.
I don't know what's going on with my life. Before I die, I need to say it. You understand? If the person involved is, nonchalant about my health, so that was why I replied. The rest of the people there, I don't know what he does with his past, So I don't know how many people he has killed. That's his PRs. That work is for his PRs.
I obviously know you've been through a lot. I don't know how much pain you have been through, but I want to ask you a question. And like you said, you'll be as truthful as you can. How do you feel now? How have you been coping? How have you been faring? How have you been feeding?
That's good. Thank you so much. My family, number one, backbone, my family, now I know, because, I thought I had friends.
Yes.
I have only 3 people in Nollywood who called me for the 1 year that this issue has been on ground.
Wow.
1 year. There are just about 4 people that called me out of probably 1 million people that I know in Hollywood. So none of them, I was not.
How about Sean George? Do you have any relationship with Sean George?
Is that your phone?
Okay. So you were going to tell me about how you were faring, and then I asked about Sean George. So which one do you want to take first?
I'm faring. God has been faithful. But
have you stopped bleeding? Have you stopped bleeding?
Yes.
Good. Thank God.
Yes. Oh God Almighty, that's a relief from me. That's a relief, and I'm so grateful. Though I went through and all that, but it is good that I went through it, because I wouldn't have had, a story to tell, and to see the people who actually like. Go ahead.
You said you were unconscious. Were you in coma?
Yes, I was in coma for like 3 weeks.
Wow.
Twice. Twice. Yeah, because I didn't know, if it was, I just didn't know. The blood was just going, and I didn't know where it was going to. So, you understand, when I went to, until I got to the spiritual home, that's when I knew what was going on with me. I never accused anybody of anything. But then when something happened, and you understand, you are avoiding that issue, or you're trying to show me power, and you know what I'm talking about, and you're dodging, or you're trying not to be accountable, is what I won't be. Nobody will make me look like a liar. So that's why I just allow people to know about what's going on about my life. If not, I would have coded everything.
Do you have any relationship with Sean George? Was she in the picture at all?
Sean George is just unnecessarily busybody. A matured woman that has no, I don't know if she doesn't. I was on my own when she was insisting that I should come to Calabar and please be a guest for her governor coronation or something. So, and she knew I was not feeling fine, and she forced me to go on that trip. When we were going, she brought Suleman Johnson's issue, and she just started talking about him. You understand? There was no connection between I and her and Johnson. She just brought the name up, which means there was a reason for her bringing it up. I have never sat with you, Sean George, to talk about anything personal. It was just a new friendship. You get. So I didn't know why she, squeezed herself inside somehow. And she was asking me personal questions, which eventually I still told Johnson. I sent him a message. I said, Sean George is saying this about you. And he told me she's a gossip. That anything she says, I should not believe her. That she's just lying. You understand? So, and then she came back to come and write that note she was writing after telling me that, and after him telling me she's a liar and a gossip. And at that time, he wasn't even seeing me, but, he was replying, trying not to be accountable. So Sean George just inserted herself in a place where she was not needed. That's why I had to come for her.
Also, when you were talking about when you were unconscious, you mentioned that you only saw maybe just 3 people from...
No. Actually, Iyabo came here the first time. It was still Iyabo story that Sean George was talking about. And Johnson told me Iyabo was his cousin. So I know Iyabo as his cousin. So if you can tell me Iyabo is his cousin, you can see everything was a mirage. It was a, what do you call it? I don't know, it's like a pathology. How can she be your sister? Now, suddenly, then I'm like, oh my God, how can your cousin be among these people? Anyway, I'm just trying to tell you, this is this, and anybody's name can enter, because this is a true life story. There is nothing, to be proud about. I'm just I just want people to learn. You understand that there are a lot of people out there who don't like you, and there are a lot of men who are out there to deceive women, and for us not to be greedy too. At that time, I was praying to God to, send somebody to me. I won't lie to you. So when he came, I thought, oh God, you're nice. I didn't know, I actually, that was a rock. I did.
So that means that means from what you're saying, apart from the first 500K, he probably sent you more money over time, according to what you're saying.
Of course, now we were dating. We started dating.
Okay.
Yes, so he was dated for 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So somebody said, okay, I think it was this level I said.
I'm not reading the
me too, I can't read it. That's why, because of the light, but I'm using this. So I want to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
That time, after the period that he didn't call you, I want you to think back from that period till now, especially when news was flying around. Did he send you? Did he send you voice notes? Did he threaten you in any way?
Yeah, the threat is for me to go and die now. You understand? Because he didn't think I'll come and agree that yes, we dated, or yes, I was sick, or I had a spirit, or something. I don't think anybody, including my own family, didn't know that I was going to come out and say it. Okay. And agree to it. You understand? Because the idea is to protect this person. When I found out, I was buying him caps. I was getting him things to wear just for him to, disguise himself. Almost all the cap he's wearing, I bought all of them.
Wow.
Yeah. So, it's like I was trying to, cover for him. Look at him denying everything and lying to my face, and then doing what he did and left me in pain. That would not have taken anything from him to just either send somebody or check ask somebody to say, oh, this person is sick. He even told me while this thing was going on was that somebody said if they should help me. He did not answer the person because he knows that I'm not a good person. Can you imagine? Help me. Somebody you dated for 6 years. Help. It has become help. And then I go and so there is nothing for me to hide about it, Yeah.
So did he at any point in time sue you for anything you posted or for anything you said? Did he sue you, or did he threaten to sue you?
He did all that. I mean, we'll go and talk about our life there. I'm ready to go to court if he's ready.
Has he charged you to court already?
No, he did not. He just sent me a cease and desist letter. I'm not afraid of that. I'm not afraid of fighting. We can roll in the mud, no problem. If it didn't happen, that's when we would need to explain further.
Yes. But it happened.
It happened. There are so many things to back them up about what I'm saying.
Okay, so now, what do you think? Do you think from what he's doing, has he, obviously, after during the time that you were sick, he purposely stayed away? So
yes, I think, no, but the funny thing is that initially he was still coming. He was sleeping with me even while I was that's the dangerous part of it. And he was telling me he can't sleep with any other person, that's why. And that because it's me, he's okay with it. The whole thing caught me unaware, and I was naive. I did not really, and I wasn't a spiritual person. I didn't know if it was love. I didn't know what it was. But because he told me, I'm the only person and he can't do anything like this with another person while I was bleeding.
And this was how far after his time? Was it a month after, 2 months after, or when you just when you just started?
At that time, even at that time, when I'm on my regular period, he does that.
Wow.
You understand? So there is nothing up for him.
When you said, you made a statement, you said anytime you were with him, anytime you people had intercourse, you bled.
Yes.
Every time you are. Didn't that raise any red flag? Did you ask him any questions?
That's what I'm saying. That's when we started going out. I was dreaming of him sleeping with me.
Oh my.
So sometimes I don't know, I noticed a shadow. It would be like, I just saw someone. Even in Asaba when I went to shoot, Mr. Titi can hear me witness. I couldn't act. I couldn't read my lines. My director said I'm not giving him what he wants, and then they had to call him as the next person on my phone because I was, I was almost running mad. Something was going on, and my head was really banging like I was going to run mad. So they had to call him. They gave him 50 missed calls. He didn't pick with my phone. My mother had to give him 15 missed calls before he called. Then he now called the location. They now asked him to talk to me so that I can act because I came to act in Asaba. When I got there, something entered me. Since then till today, like I don't want to visit there because I don't know if I just don't know. I called him and he just said maybe I need rest. Like sorry cannot come out of his mouth or what happened or he's always not knowing and all that. So my mother had to ask me to come to the village. I went to the village. We started going about acting, and all that. And he kept telling me that he was coming. That's the funny part of it. You get. So we kept waiting, and then I started taking English medicine to stop it. Because if I sit down, there is no way I will not flood that place with blood.
It was that bad. It was that bad.
I couldn't sit. If you go back to all the pictures I snapped on the red carpet, you will see me with bloated tummy, with skin cuts. Those periods were the period I was going through. I was going through it.
Did his wife know about you?
I don't know.
So she never made contact.
From what I'm saying and from what I'm saying and what I'm still saying, he was living many lives because it's not double life again. It's many lives because I'm not the only one apparently. Some are dead for real. The people I know, some are dead.
I don't understand. Please come again.
Like the people I know that knows
that he dated.
That was bleeding too. She died. The other one had the spinal cord. She had an accident. She will leave. They all came to me. The other one is a musician. She's late now. I want to face him in court if we are going to go so that we can have a really nice what do you call it? Trial.
You have time to defend yourself. This musician came to you and spoke to you about him.
He told me already that he told her we are dating, so she's gonna come and act like my friend, which is the same thing Iyabo did. So my dear, this thing is deep.
Wow. So the other person is now on the wheelchair.
Yes. I have their interviews.
You have their interviews. Good. So I was going to ask something before you. So while you were at the location, please make me understand, you were constantly bleeding.
Yes, continuously. And I couldn't read my script. I could not.
That must have been because you lost too much blood.
Yes, so I couldn't say anything, and it was just shameful. Something that you've been doing for years. Somebody will just come and destroy your life. And you're not the one calling him up and down. Somebody that, shed tears to be with me. Something happened.
This is
that the ring you gave to me, the wristwatch, the promise, as in, what was all that about?
He gave you a ring, so you guys were engaged or something?
He gave me a ring.
He proposed?
Yes, and even a promised wristwatch. I have everything here.
So now I want to ask you. Now we have a period of when he didn't come. Now we now have a period after the list came out. So now I want to pick from that time.
He sent somebody to track me and tell me if I do not debunk this, he will not talk to me again. Okay. And I sent him a message directly that, what do you mean you won't talk to me? Were you talking to me before? Because I've not heard from him since 2019.
Okay.
And suddenly, you understand, if you don't talk to me for that long, is it now? I didn't even care about all those things till one of the bloggers actually wanted to use me. She said, "Oh, this person was your ex, Abi, or you guys are still dating? I don't know, sir." She wanted to use her brain on me. So when she came, I'm like, "Why?" She said, "Because I just commented on Iyabo's page, and Iyabo has been the one saying so and so to Johnson about me." The lady said. So I said, say a thing like that for, because she has been to my house, even though I knew there was small, even if he said she's his cousin, I'm not. Then she was coming close to me. You understand? I can't believe, Iyabo is the so-called sister. She came to my house separately. Then I gave her a role in my movie. She gave me a role too, which I thought was a sisterly thing to do.
Was in your house? Was that the period you said you just wanted to say your own part? You didn't want to bring other people. But now that you mentioned the statement, which was the statement they asked you to, you put up a statement. What statement was it that you were asked to delete?
I didn't delete it. No, okay, no, I just said beautiful. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's all. I am always, saying beautiful on her post. There was no maliciousness or anything.
So he asked you to delete that post?
No, a lady. I don't actually want to call her name. She did. She did a write-up on this issue.
Okay.
She came in to, she came into my life with her own intent, because she's been doing that anyway. So she now said I should go and delete it. Now, I don't know my enemies. I don't know my friends. So I went back after hearing my dad had a stroke 2 years ago. So that's the time where I was chatting with Stella. And then I think I went to Ghana to receive an award. And she said, why didn't I tell her, why don't I give her my gist? I said, because I know her, I'm not somebody to sway anymore like that. I wasn't interested in anything she wants to write about my career. And then she kept saying she didn't know I was ill. She didn't know I was ill, but made 30 posts about it. It's not necessary. So he now said, I should send the story, let him see. And I sent him, she sent him. I didn't know I sent our chat instead of the blog post. So,
okay.
Yeah, so
that means when you sent it to Apostle, Apostle Suleman told Stella. Stella now got she sent to me. And then Stella now said,
he now said he was there insulting me. An actress called me that, do I know money? So he now thought he was talking about me, and the girl's name is Chioma Okoye. The Chioma Okoye now called me anything. My dear, I was pregnant 3 times. Now told me she thought I had a baby because I had to. So she now said she wants to come back.
Wow.
She told me that's an innocent child. If there was a baby, is that how Stella would take that baby and give it to Johnson?
So this means that all the while she was in contact with you, somehow
was in contact with her.
Which is where I'm going, because all the while she was in contact with you, trying to get you. That means she was in contact with him as well.
Yes, she was sending people to my DM so that he was telling Stella to tell me to say
that he's not dating Chioma.
Yes, that's his own problem.
So he was trying to mend that fence so that maybe you people could still get back together.
I don't know.
But in the interview, he said he wasn't going. He said he wouldn't have sent the money if not for Stella.
Yes, no. He said that while this argument, because they started saying blackmail something. That was the money I asked for. My dad yes. I lost 3 people in my house. She said it's a bogus story. I don't understand. 3 people cannot die in somebody's house. I don't know what's bogus about it. What is bogus about it? If I say I need 100 million, she be somebody I know. I don't understand where blackmail from.
Now, did she give the money to you?
She did. She now said that she sent her a text direct to thank her. And I said thank you and thank him too. That's all. Since Stella is the woman that I'm supposed to text my history to. I didn't tell her anything about my sickness. I didn't even say anything. I didn't tell her a word. And
you didn't grant the interview?
No, I did not grant any interview to anybody. Okay, I did not. She just wrote that thing and inserted her own. And, it's a PR now. She has to work. Stella is good at what she does. But, she lies too much. That's the one thing about Stella. She doesn't know where to stop.
Okay, so I want to bring your attention to something. I think the battery, maybe this lover's battery will soon go off. But if it goes off, I will come back live. You can join the live. But before that, in case it doesn't, okay, you said we should continue. So what I want to say now is that I want to say something. I want to say that from the whole, this scenario you just described, because I personally didn't even hear of all this, but from what you painted, could it even be that from inception, he asked her to stylishly come and meet you to see
It's possible. There's nothing he cannot do. They asked me to debunk, which I said I'm not going to debunk. And they offered to give me money, which is why they started that 10 million naira there.
So who offered the money? Was it Stella or?
No, it was another lady called Blessing Ebusom. I have it on my phone. You understand? She said I should just do it and debunk and all that. You shouldn't be the one telling me this thing. Suleman, Johnson should be the one telling me. You understand? I don't understand all those messages. I'm in pain. You are telling me to debunk. Debunk what?
And now, the same person that was claiming she needed connection with someone, connection with him, is now the one bringing.
And then suddenly, I'm now the person again.
So that's why I want you to look at it from that angle. That from the get-go, it might be that to be sure that you don't talk. You understand? If I keep a secret with you, if I keep a secret with you, and I don't want you to tell a third party, and I now see that maybe people are saying stuff, I can send a neutral person to go and see. Maybe you will tell them the secrets. Are you with me? Because from the old issue, it seems as if that's what happened.
I didn't tell her anything. I just said we are not in talking terms. She said she wants us to come back together. You understand?
I know
that. That I'm the one angry. She didn't even know that. For what she said, she didn't know I was ill, which I find very. Those things are a long time ago. I've known Stella a very long time ago. We've always had this issue. The first time she wrote about it, I told Encomion, and they suspended her. And she told me she was going to destroy me. So I don't know if this is the method she used, but that's the wrong method because I don't know how to. When you ask me something and I need to say the truth, I will say the truth. You understand?
Okay.
I'm not that kind of person that you are going to silence in any way. There is no power that I'm scared of anymore.
When she came back to now ask you for this interview, this exclusive, you didn't see anything, if